Hey guys, welcome back to another week of fundamental analysis. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I do want to go through a couple trades that I'm in, that I've taken and I kind of messed up on, but let's just start with the fundamental analysis first. So 17th of February to the 23rd of Feb. Again, as a reminder guys, this is not financial advice. This is merely my perspective on the markets, my trading analysis, my fundamental analysis. Please do your own research and make your own informed choice on the market. COT reporting, we've got coming in, you guys can see we've got a lot of long positions now, a lot of bias change into Aussie, USD, yen still bullish. We have the indices being actually very bearish and selling off, which is very it's something I want to delve into as well. Have a look at these indices and the charts for indices. Gold also selling off. Silver still bullish, which we've got a position on silver right now. So it'll be interesting to see. US data, we had nothing this week. Aussie data, we had cash rates, which was the first rate cut in, I think, 10 months or 20 months, something crazy like that. But it's the first time we've got a slight rate cut. We have the wage price index being neutral, got revised up, but it is less than forecasted, so sort of neutral. Still bearish overall on inflation, which meant that the cash rate 4.35 was doing its job. But as a result, we have a labour market which is still doing quite strong, which we think with the higher cash rates, with less borrowing, the labour market would be cooling, but it's still pretty hot. So overall, still neutral on Aussie just because of inflation coming down and the labour market being bullish. Economy-wise, quite neutral. GDP coming down, but you know, consumer confidence and retail sales sort of pushing it up into neutrality. So with Aussie, I'm still overall bearish if I had to pick a side, but for the time being, we'll keep it as a neutral reading. Yen is very bullish. You can see we had national core CPI this week, which was better than expected, higher than previous by 0.2. So I'm very bullish on yen right now, and we are in a trade on yen. Okay, cash rates again, first time coming down in a long time. So be interesting to see what happens out of Aussie now. CPI, we're going to take those out. That's not new. PPI as well, let's take those out. Okay, wage price index was changed, so you guys can see wage price index which is coming down. This is year on year, so you can see a general trend down. We do want to start stimulating the Aussie, dropping cash rates, trying to pick it back up, but you guys can see an overall trajectory down, which is why I'm still net bearish on Aussie right now. As using this indicator as one example, obviously GDP as well. If we go to GDP for Aussie, you know, still coming down. So just, you guys can see, not doing too well. What else have we got? We had employment change, which is coming up, which is a good sign. Generally in January, you have this employment change coming down. So the February reading for January usually coming down for the first month of the year. But you guys can see unemployment rate coming back up to 4.1, still at its lows, but you know, again, just rising up again. This week's data, we had RBA overall hawkish news, and this is a quote from the RBA, which was, the board remains cautious on prospects for further policy easing, and one factor that's holding the rate cuts is the unemployment rate, which has been hovering near its historical low of around 0.4% in December. So quite a low unemployment rate, employment change being up as well, which means we have some strength in the labor market, which is holding back those rate cuts being more aggressive and more earlier essentially. Now we did also have USD Waller speaking, and again, it was overall hawkish news for the USD as well. And this was a direct quote. I continue to believe that the current setting of the monetary policy is restricting economic activity somewhat and putting downward pressure on inflation. So, you know, we know that in the last readings for the US, they had very, very strong inflation readings, which may halt this rate cut coming forth. Next week's data, Jumping on the charts, consumer confidence, I want to have a look at that, see how the consumers are actually doing in the USD. We have GDP prelim as well, which is a really big one. Not advanced, so not as crazy or not as big, but it'd be very interesting to see how GDP is doing. PCE as the Fed's main inflation reading, so that's also very, very key. So quite a key week coming for the US dollar, just to see how it's doing. In terms of my bias, no change in USD, so we're still bearish. We're still, neutral on USD for gold. Basically, we've got rising inflation, which does nothing. It's for gold. We've got a bullish US economy, which is net negative for gold, and we have a neutral US labor market, which is sort of on the fence for gold, which is no trades available. Silver, though, on the other hand, rising US inflation, it might be bullish, can be taken as bullish if there is bullish economic activity, which is the case. A neutral labor market is not good, not bad. It's sort of on the fence. We'd prefer a better labor market to stimulate the economy, but again, we've got a bullish COT reporting. We have fundamental news, we have economic news backing it. I'm bullish and I am in a trade on silver right now. US 30, we were in a trade, we got taken out. This week, very bearish. Economic news is neutral and bias is neutral, so no trades. AU, we have bullishness in the Aussie, we have bearishness in economic news and strength in, the two currencies. I'm favored USD. Because of that, we're neutral and bias. And the fact that Aussie did really have a good labor market reading this week, I'd rather stay on the sidelines for AU. UJ, we are all bearish. The yen is very strong, so short trades are available if there's a technical setup, and AJ as well, short trades are available. So let's jump on the charts. I'll show you guys. Let's start first with my position. So I am in a silver position, which, if you guys can see, I entered on this bullish engulfing with a bit of rejection, another rejection here, another rejection and spike up. So really, I'm keeping my stop. Yeah, I'm keeping my stop here, right? I want to see this high break first before I trail my stops, and I'll probably trail it somewhere here if it does. But as you guys can see, the target right now is at least just to hit this all-time high for a 2R. I'm not going to take all the position out, but I will trail until it hits here and look to take at least something out at that 2R. But for the time being, we are still in this trade. And AJ, we've got a nice trade here. So daily, not the best daily chart to be quite honest with you, but if we jump on the 4-hourly, we do know this was this area here that price was sort of ranging at. It did break this structure here, came back, showed a nice hammer candle, which I got in with that candle there. And then stops above these previous highs. You guys can see it sort of melted down. We are reaching this point here, which is quite a substantial zone here. You guys can see it's been touched many, many times. So what I'm hoping to do is, for this trade, probably look to move my stop tighter here, right on that rejection wick. So basically that is going to be like a 0.5% or 0.5R risk there. I did mess up the position size on this one, which we'll delve into another video with, but those are the two trades I'm currently in. In terms of the other charts, let's have a look. You guys can see the USD dollar is coming down, the yen is pumping up. So I'm definitely, if this presents, let's see if we got something. Let's unflag this. So basically we've got this level of support here that I really think is quite strong, previous high in the past. If we go on the 4-hour, is there an area we can probably look to set something at? No, not really. I'm not confident in this trade until this breaks and we can do a break and retest of this area. But we've already in an AJ trade, let's just keep it there. AU, like I said, we're quite neutral on this. It's sort of coming up right now, sort of on a bullish trend. and Aussie doesn't really have that much strength, so I'm on the sidelines for this. US 30, my trade, this is all-time highs. It tested all-time highs and crashed down, so I'm no longer going to be in any indice trades or US 30 trades. I don't think it's worth it. I'm just gonna be on the sidelines for this because fundamentally it's not backed up. And gold as well, we can still see gold is still trending high but sort of losing its steam. Fundamentally, I don't see it being still bullish for the time being unless we have poorer US economic reading, poorer US labor market reading. I might look into getting long on gold, but for the time being we're chilling out, especially if COT data is bearish on gold. So yeah, as a result guys, I will do another video in terms of how I messed up this week, and catch you guys in the next video.